Hi, this is Getting Started with Volare version 2.8 focusing on the status module. To get to the status module, click Setting and then click Status. This status module allows you to add statuses into Volare to be used in your debtor page to tag your accounts with the relevant statuses. So before we get to the settings, let's find out how to use statuses. From the debtor page, assuming you've just spoken to a customer or you have just made an attempt to contact a customer, you would want to key in a follow-up remark to record what has been transpired between you and the customer. In this case, let's just assume that the customer has just disputed the amount. So my follow-up remark would be, customer dispute amount to refer back to client. And then I would also want to change the status of this account to dispute, so that later when I search for accounts that has been tagged as dispute, it will quickly call up a list of all the dispute files. Let's create a few statuses right now. Some of the common ones would be PTP, which should mean promise to pay. You can define color to your status. So when you run a search for a list of accounts, it will be marked with the color that you select here for easier identification. As your list of statuses grow longer, it will be more difficult for you to look up for a particular status. This flag option allows you to group them up into more meaningful groups. For instance, if a particular account is tagged as a bank account, then the only status option that will appear in the debtor page would be ones that are flagged with bank. In this case, I'll select all. So unless you have a lot of statuses in your system, you can always leave it as all. Type of user allowed. In this case, you can select who will be accessible to this status. If it's all, just select all, and then I'll create. Next, I will key in UTC. UTC is uncontactable, unable to pay. I'll leave the color as white, as to not change the color. Flag, I'll leave it as all, and everybody will be allowed to access. Create. And perhaps I'll key another one, RNA. This is ring no answer. Color white as well. Flag all. Create. And last would be LMCB. Leave message to call back. Color would be green. Again, the purpose of the color is to be able to easily identify accounts when you're viewing them in a search list. So be sure to only tag statuses that requires attention. It is not recommended for you to assign colors to all your statuses. This is how it will look when you run a search. Click search, and there you go, two accounts appear. Blue for UTP and yellow for UI. So when I double click on one of these accounts and select the status, I'll see all the statuses that was defined earlier.